My life matters.
We always talk about white people killing black people, but we don't talk enough about black on black crime. We kill each other.
My life matters.
Kansas City is different.
Stuff can happen at a moment.
My life matters.
Say if somebody made me mad, I do the first thing that comes to my mind.
My life matters.
We just go and just retaliate now, or just get revenge on anything.
My life matters.
I mean, we've got about 170 homicides already in the city this year.
My life matters.
I saw the news, and an 11-year-old girl was shot and killed, and that's all I saw.
Welcome, everybody. How is it going? How's it going? Those in the States, happy Thanksgiving. If you hopefully recovered, if you got to have some time to eat and enjoy and fellowship with family and friends. I am here. I am Gary B. Jr., your media consultant. I'm excited to connect with you guys today. And it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. Believe it or not, this is actually the 200th video that we have released on this channel. So it's fitting that it would be a Free Show Friday, being that I believe I started Free Show Friday at the beginning of the year. So in January, I believe. And so um, excited to see it continue on. Hopefully you all have been blessed by it. And let me check my comments here. Let's see how you guys are doing. We got some folks with us. Let me make sure I pull you guys in. We've got Kay Vasbo on, Christopher in the house, and then we got Ryan Culverwell in the house. Welcome. If you in, let me know where you're joining from. Check in. I love to hear from you guys always. And so today we're going to have a lot going on, a lot of feedback, a lot of information. But as always, feel free to ask any questions that may come up, and we can try to walk through those together. It's going to be pretty busy, so I'm going to jump right into it, and we're going to do a quick review of the latest video that came out. So we got, let's see here, basic beginner setup in FreeShow. And this one was kind of, I would say by popular demand, but it was kind of an idea of this idea of bringing in the very basic setup for FreeShow in a way that doesn't involve multiple monitors or anything like that, but it's just a way to get started with it day one with a simple setup and ready to rock and roll using all the default templates and settings and things like that, which are awesome, by the way. I've got my favorite template on. I think I mentioned it in there, but that I believe it's the blur one. Oh man, it's awesome. It's awesome. So check that one out. It's about 30 minutes long, but it's going to be a really good recap for those who have been using FreeShow for some time. And then for those who are getting started that are new to it, please pass this along to them if you have any peers, coworkers, whatever it is that may be interested in it. This will be a really good video to help them get started. Ryan's in from Harare, Zimbabwe. Welcome, my friend from Zimbabwe. I know where Vaspo's from. He's, oh man, Norway. My man's from Norway. Christopher, let me know if I'm right on that one, because I used to say the Netherlands, and I think that was the wrong one, but it's Norway. So let me know for sure. But welcome from Zimbabwe. Like I said, I'm here in America, in the wonderful state of Georgia, and I'm glad to be here. So this is what's been going on for video front. Just one video this past week. Like I said, it's been a busy week with some other things going on, and then also navigating the holiday and all that stuff. So trying to make sure I rest up well, but also staying healthy. Got to run this morning. Got to run a couple miles. That was fun on the treadmill. Like I said, it's a little chilly out, so I don't really go out in the cold if I don't have to. So that's good to go. Now, on the Free Show front, Christopher has been busy. All right. So here's something that's really cool. So we got this Impact. All right. So Impact Report Webinar 2025. It's going on December 16th. So I guess almost like 2 weeks from now, a little more than 2 weeks from now. It's only 30 minutes and it's Central Time at 10 a.m. So if you have time, if you know somebody that wants to understand more about what Church Apps is all about, what Free Show is all about, and even the other programs like Lessons.Church or B1 Church, all these particular apps that are completely free to the body of Christ. If that's something that you want to make sure you're aware of and understanding how you can support a ministry, an organization that does stuff like that creates software and technology for the body of Christ to be even more excellent, please jump into that. And like I said, I'm just excited. I sent an email out this morning to everybody on my mailing list to let them know about this and to sign up. Feel free to check it out. Sign up. Go to freeshow.app to learn more. You can click on this and it'll pop up, and you can actually just register to be a part of that. And you'll get the invite to be a part of that discussion and that presentation, I should say, more than anything, of them just giving a report of what's going on and what's happened in this past year. A lot of great things have been happening. All right. On the Free Show side of things, if I go to the download section here, you will notice that we have a 1.5.4 option that has just released. And so I'm going to go down here to see all releases, which is what I always encourage people to do. especially if you want to see some details about what happened in terms of each release. This one, 1.5.4, was a lot of good fixes, and it was something that just happened yesterday. But the most impactful part of it to me is what happened in 1.5.3. All right, so if you go to 1.5.3, which was fairly stable, but like I said, 1.5.4 makes it even more stable. So there was a big stabilization to me fix, because you see everything here was a lot of fixes, and then changing some way the data folder to restricted folder no longer works. And then small tweaks were made just to make sure it was even more stable. So get the 1.5.4, but I want to show you what happened in 1.5.3 that just came out 3 days ago. All right, so 1.5.3 introduced the fix for the YouTube error. We got to talk about that. We'll talk about it in a minute and show you. Well, let me just show you now. Like, the YouTube error is gone. The 1.5.3 error that used to come up all the time. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to, let's see, if I turn off filter, look, how do I unfilter? There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go to online, and you will see that there are all kinds of videos I got here from YouTube, and I'm just gonna select mine's, for example. What's going on, everybody? Gary B. Jr. And it automatically works. And if this is what the audience would see, and it takes a little second to buffer to get cleared up, but it works well, right? I love that. So yeah, I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear it back out. And so you can now access those videos that allow embedding. You can bring them in from YouTube seamlessly, yet again, by going to your online, go to media, go to online, and then pick any videos, or add a video by just typing in the name you want it to be called, and then pasting in the URL for that particular video. All right. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, let me go back. That was a big deal to me. That was awesome. Let's see here. Fix some restoring settings, usage log stuff fixed, fix the project, fix issue with projects in the remote show option. And let's see here. Default project name uses the local date format. That is a really cool setting. So the default project name, when you go into FreeShow, you go here, and if I say, I'm going to go to FreeShow Friday folder, and when I say new project, it automatically puts in the date there. Now, where's that date come from? It comes from your settings. So if you go to your settings, you'll see this option that says project default project name. And if I reset this, let's see, you'll see that it's actually defaulting to being month, day, year, which is how we do it in America. But outside of America, there's places that do it day, month, year. And so you could always change this, which you still can do. You can always customize this and make it say day, month, year, and then put the name of your program. You might say youth events, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, or the name of your church or something like that. You can call it Sunday service, whatever you want to call that default name, but it's there. It defaults with just a date, which is perfect. And then I got mine set to show the project list on startup, which I like. But if I go back into the show, you'll see that that particular project was created with just the date, and it's in an order that makes sense to me. And then yours will automatically be in an order that makes sense to you for that month, day, year, or day, month, year. Let's see here. Create new style / stage from the output selector pop-up. That's something that's new. So create a new style / stage from the output selector pop-up. Let's see. If we go into settings, I think it is, you go to outputs. You got this option here to go to output selector. That's there. I don't even have a stage active. So if I do stage, let's see here, I'll make it be general stage, and we'll lock it in as that. When I select output selector, it says general stage open. I'm not sure how it works, but it says you can create a new style / stage from the output selector pop-up. That's interesting. So this is the output selector. Let's see here. I don't know how to make it allow me to select a new one though. I can see that. And I don't even have my other screen on. But I'm not sure how that one works. But that's pretty cool still. And then start playlist action won't restart if it's already playing. So if you got a playlist that you started playing and you run an action and you click start playlist, it won't restart all over again, which is a big deal. All right, let's see here. Project import. no longer overwrites locked shows, which is pretty cool. So that's a big deal as well. But the big ones for me were the YouTube error is now fixed, and that default project name issue piece. That was really, really cool. All right. And let me check my notes here. I got, oh, this other one here. So, and I don't even know where this is. Let me see if it's up here. Change data folder to restricted folder. Fix dynamic values breaking on the stage display. That's good. But one of the things that Christopher was really excited about, and I'm trying to see where it is. Oh, restore backups more easily. This is in the 153 beta 3 version. And that one is really sweet. So if you go into your settings and you go to files, and now you can go down here to this option that says restore, which was always there, at least for as long as I can remember. When you click it though, check out what it gives you. It gives you a breakdown of all of your latest backups. So you can restore from one of your later backups here, and you can see it there, and you can pick which one you want. And I've got mine set up to where I think it restores, or it backs up every day. And so any day that I'm on there, it'll automatically have a backup there. You can go back. I got a lot of them. So you can go back a lot of days. All right. Which is really cool. And you just pick that and it'll automatically back up from that particular backup that you got. I love that feature. I love how simple it has been made. Unbelievable. Really cool stuff. All right. Let's see here. Let's talk a little bit more about this. And you guys can put in the chat. Tell me which one of your favorite updates that you saw that I just discussed. And in the meantime, I want to show church apps, completely free ministry solutions for churches. If you've never been to churchapps.org, you've got to check it out, especially if you have a ministry and you're looking to really get it off to a good start, and or you're looking to revamp some things and streamline, right? So this is church management and member management software here, B1 Church. And then you can explore the B1 Church app. Let's see if I select that. You can see here, we got that. And it tells you how it works. You can see, free forever. Excuse me, it's complete church management software with mobile app, website builder, digital giving, and community features, 100% free. That is unreal. Okay. And so you got the Zonker small group. I know that guy. I know Zonker. And then church community connections. I mean, it's a really sweet setup. And this is stuff that ministries usually pay quite a bit for. Okay. You can get all that here completely free. I love that. Online church giving. You can secure payments. You can have secure payments, recurring donations, all that good stuff. Church check-in platform is all there. I love it. Church management system. And I wonder, someone tell me, is this the Chums, or is Chums still separate from this, or is this Chums now? But somebody said this is a church saver. B1 is a church saver. I love it. I love it. Free church website builder. So this is some of the things that Church Apps is doing. Okay, I'm just jumping around and playing around with it, but they've got that, and then they've got lessons.church, right? So they got a whole catalog of content for your ministry. In this case, this looks like something for young people there. They got the impact report. I taught you guys about that, and that's what this is all about, is just understanding what's available. There's a beautiful couple there. That's Mike and his wife. And then we got some videos here. Let's see here. Every year, the church as a whole spends millions of dollars purchasing curriculum for classrooms. We believe that by working together, we can create and distribute freely available curriculum that money can be freed up for use in other areas. And so all this kind of cool curriculum stuff that you can access at no cost to you or your ministry, but it's quality content that you want to use and use with your young people, maybe use for small groups, whatever it is, but you've got access to all that content. And so you can download it through a TV app on the Google Play Store or the Amazon App Store, the mobile app on Google Play or the Apple App Store as well. All right. So that's lessons.church. And then the one you all know about is FreeShow, another free program that we talk about all too often related to church apps. So if this is something that you have been curious about in terms of these features for your ministry, right? This is a place to go to, churchapps.org, and you'll be able to read all about it and then partake, be a part of the solution, a part of receiving the solution, but also if it is a benefit to you, please figure out a way that you can contribute back, right? And so some of you all, the best thing you can do is just to pray and intercede for this organization, for this ministry, this nonprofit, to be able to continue to thrive and make connections and build and grow. Others of you can, on top of that, also add donation dollars, right? So you can continue to contribute in that way. And then others can add in some gifts that you have to support the community. Maybe you've got a coder in your fellowship, or you are a coder or something along those lines, a developer or whatnot. This ministry thrives with software developers and things like that that are well skilled and willing to contribute their skills and their gifts. And then you might be like me, you don't know how to code, right? But you can help the community by just bringing exposure to the programs that they offer. Maybe you want to talk about B1 Church, or you want to make a YouTube channel about it, or post something about it on your Facebook channel or on your Instagram channel, whatever it may be. This is something that is going to always add and contribute to the community. So please be able to do that. Go to the Facebook pages, contribute on Reddit, whatever it may be. But we love to contribute as any ways that you can. Please do so. All right. So Aaron Z. Paul 8193 says the restore option is a sweet option. I agree, my friend. That is a really cool option. Really cool option. All right. So let's talk more about FreeShow. As we get into this, I'm in my settings now. Let me go to my shows. And you can see here, this is my breakdown of my FreeShow Friday countdown, right? So you can see behind the scenes a little bit, some of the nitty gritty. I've got a opening slide that I duplicate multiple times. And it's just, I think it's just a little video animation that I have here. I made it some time ago. So it's an 8-second video animation that comes on. And in it, I've got an action to start a playlist, to start some music. And I got another action to send a signal to OBS to start my primary stream. I got another action to run an action to set my setup to be the primary default primary output. And then I got a timer that starts up all on this, along with, it says it's playing on mute because I've got the playlist going. So I got music playing. So this video is muted. And then it's also got some overlays active on it as well with that particular timer. All right. And then you go over to the next one here, and it's got an overlay over the top of it. The music is still playing and all that good stuff. It's got a scroll bar at the bottom. And then we come back to this one. The music is still playing, but I've got it set to where it'll clear overlay. So clear specific overlay. So to clear the scroll bar that goes on right there, it clears it out when you get to here. And then over here, we got the option set, an action to stop the music, because this actually does have audio. So you'll see that it's not muted, and this is just a show. All right. So, or a video, I'm sorry, that plays. And then over here, I got it set up to start back up with some other things. And it's just a fun process. You can make your countdown video much less intricate, but you have that flexibility with this program. And I love that. All right. Now let's talk about organizing your folders. This is something that I think we need to understand. When we talk about FreeShow, one of the big things when you first get started with it, it can be intimidating to start with a new program, no matter what, right? And so one of the things that I would say that I would recommend and encourage you to do is start at the projects page here and make a new folder and call it the year that you want. So this one, we're going to call it 2026. Okay. Now, in here, you got some options, and this is going to really be based on how you like to organize your content. Some of you like to organize it by topic. So you might call your next folder inside of 2026, you might call it youth, right? And then you might have another one inside of 2026. I'm gonna go back to that, and I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it Sundays. Okay. So now I got this. I'm gonna bring it out just a bit. Where'd it go? Oh, it went up there. I want to still put it into my 2026 folder. I don't know what I just did. All right, let's see here. I kind of fat fingered it. All right, there we go. So now Sundays is in there and youth is in there. So Sundays doesn't have anything, youth doesn't have anything. But then inside of Sundays, I would probably put a folder in there, and I would call it January. And then I would select, go back to Sundays. I would make another folder. I would call it February, right? And you can do it that way, or you can name them. You can number them, I mean. So you might say, okay, let me right click, and I'm going to rename this, and I'm going to call it 1. And right click on this one. I'm going to rename it and call, oh, here we go. Right click on this one, rename it and call it 2. And that just represents the first month and second month, right? And you might rename it and say, okay, 1-January. Okay, 1-Jan. And then this one could be renamed to 2-February. That way, whoever gets in here will be able to identify and understand exactly what's going on. And I could do the same thing for March. I'll do 3-March, lock that in. And the reason those numbers are important is because it's sorting them in numeric order. And so when I put that 1 in front of it, this is just a basic organization tip, is it'll automatically sort it in that order for me. So when I go into my Sundays folder, everything's already organized by the date, and I can just go through and add in. So now inside of January, I still need to add another folder potentially if I want to, or I can just add in new projects, and my projects can just be by the week. Now, if you have Sundays and you might have 3 different services that happen on Sunday and they all are a little bit unique, then you might have another layer of folders. But for me, I would say new project here, and it would just have the date in there, right? And it would be in January. So you can name this. You can say, okay, whatever the first, I don't even know what the first, let me go to the calendar. Look, let's see what the first, okay, so this is December, January. So the first Sunday in January is the 4th. So I can go over here and I can rename this and call it 1-4. Is it, do they do that? I think it's dashes. We'll do 1426. All right. So now I'm in 1426. I can create and organize what I want that to look like right now in November. And it's ready for me to rock and roll coming up a little over a month from now, right? So you can set up your organization structure in that way, and you'll see that whole breakdown. So everything's here in January, and it looks like my 2026 is inside FreeShow Friday. I don't want that. I want to bring it out to where it's on its own. All right. So now 2026 is on its own. I got 2025. I got FreeShow Friday. All those are separate folders, but inside of 2026, I've got Sundays and I've got youth. All right. And inside of Sundays, I can minimize that and expand my youth folder, or vice versa, right? And you can do that. The other way around is you can make it to where 2026, the main folders are going to be 1 January, 2 February, and so forth. And then inside of there, you might have a breakout of youth and adult services or Sunday services or something like that if you use this for your youth and your adults. And it's very much dependent on your setup, all right? So that's my tip, or my quick tip on how to organize your projects. But let's talk more about organization as a whole. This is something I just learned. So you guys are probably light years ahead of me, but in here, so let's say I got Bible project videos, and it's the gospel series, and I like this Luke part 1, okay? And it's loading up and it's showing. So I can right click on this Luke part 1 and I can set a tag. And I can go here to say manage tags, and I'm just going to call this one, I'm going to say new tag, and I'm going to call this one important. Or I'm going to say, let's say, I could tag it and say January. So I can even tag it and say January. Maybe if I want to organize my video, my media to be a certain order or structure, and I want to make sure that those are easily readily for me, able for me to find, I can do that. And I can change this color. I'll make it be green, and then we'll say close. And now I can go here to this one and I can set a tag, and I'm going to say January for that one, right? And I can go back and look for something else, and I'm going to say read scripture, New Testament. Let's go into that one. I think that's where I was just at, or it looks very similar, I should say. These are images. Okay, don't need that one. Let's see. Let's go to the Torah series. And I like Genesis part 1. I can right click on this one, set a tag, make that one be a part of my January discussion. And now I've got those 2 options set up, okay? I can go into here and I can filter by tags, and I just want to see January. And you can see now, okay, I can see my January stuff in this folder in this Genesis part 1. I can go back out and there's nothing in here. So I can right click and turn off filter by tag, and you can see everything else, and you can go into any folder and filter it by the tags that you created for it. All right. So in here, I can right click anywhere in there and I can filter by tag, and I can say January, and you'll see your January tag there. Now, you might not make it by the month. That might not be the most ideal way. You might organize those tags, and you might make those tags be topical, or maybe you organize them because this is media, right? So this is your graphics, this is your videos. And so you might say, these are my bumper videos or something like that. So you might have a tag called bumper videos, and you just sort through those. Or you might have you might make your timers your countdown timers as videos. So you might have one that's called all of my blue countdowns, right? Or you might have one that's called countdowns with youth in it or something like that. And that could be a tag that you make, and you can filter out and sort through and find all those and then use that one for that particular meeting just that quick and that easily, because you've got it organized in that way. So you can organize your media by your tags. And then to take it off, you just select it again. So you can turn it on by checking it, and then you can uncheck it, and it just goes back to your default with no filters. All right. And when you right click there anywhere or on a video, you can do that. You also can sort and, manage it by name, by date created and all that good stuff. But you manage your tags, and you can create as many tags as you like, and then just right click on any video, any graphic, and you can add a tag to it to easily find it later on when you're in that folder. So that's important. You got to be in the folder. So if there's a subfolder, you got to be in that subfolder, because I've got this one tagged with January, but when I go back out and I right click and I do a filter for January, there's nothing that's going to be there because in that folder, nothing was tagged for January, right? So I'm going to go back out and turn that January off, but I can right click on this and I can apply a tag to an entire folder. Well, it looked like it went to that folder. Let's see. Did it do it? I don't know if it allowed me to tie it to an entire folder. No, it won't let you tie it to, let me see if I select it. Oh, let's go back out. Nope. Let's see here. I got a message. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything over here. Oh, okay. No, that's something else. All right. So, it looks like it only works on individual videos because I can't even select a folder. So I can select this and, oh, I'm selecting filter. I keep hitting filter, you guys. My bad. So if I right click, let's do this. So you can't actually select the tag on an actual folder, but in here, you can set tag and you can do it that way, right? So you can do it that way. On here, you don't get the option to set a tag on a folder. So you can only set it on individual graphics or videos. And we got Sabusi Soul from South Africa in the house. Welcome, my friend. Let me see who else we got on with. We got a few more folks on with us. Let's see here. We've had quite a few visitors in, and I'm glad that you guys are able to jump in. But this is all about a beginner level, organizing your content. And we talked about organizing your shows, and now we're talking about organizing your media. You can do in your audio. Let's see here. In audio, you got options to add things to your favorites and add them to your effects library, right? So that's something that helps you organize. And then in your overlays, you can right click and you can add these to a particular category. That's the way that those work. You would just add them to a category. All right. Let's see. So you can rename place under a slide. That's not what I'm looking for. But yeah, you would just drag these in by category. So you make a new category over here and you'll be able to drag it in. Templates, very similar. You can right click on your templates and all you get to do is edit, duplicate, or delete, but you can also drag them into a new category to help organize those. And then functions, I'm gonna skip over to those. In your actions, you do have tags. So in your actions, so I got podcast tags, I got Spotify tags, game show tags, and things like that. And you can right click and you can set them to a tag just like you can for your media, depending on what you got. All right. So that's something that's pretty cool as well. Let's see. In scripture, I don't think there's anything special you can do. If you right click on it, you can convert them to a show and show them, but there's no, organizing them in any special way because the Bible's already organized. All right. Now let's talk about the next topic, which is starting and stopping videos. This is one that I don't think we do a lot of in terms of understanding what it does, but in your media tab, when you have a video, the cool thing is you can go into any video and you can right click on that video and select the option to edit it. And you literally can change when it starts and stops by the second. All right. So you might say, I want this to start at 25 seconds in. Okay. That's automatically saved when you do that. And so now that particular video, and I think it was the Sabbath. Is that the one I just selected? Yeah, the Sabbath. It'll automatically start at 25 seconds in when I select it. So when let me turn this down a bit. If I were to select that, it seems, let's see. Yeah, so it started at 25 and it's already at 34. So that is how that works. All right. And so really cool feature, and you can change the end time. So maybe you just want a little snippet of the middle of a video. You can do that. Now, what I have not tried, and I don't think it'll work actually, because each video is from the same source. You can't, I was thinking some people might want two different parts of a video, and anybody that's ever done that, correct me if I'm wrong, but you wouldn't be able to put one video to start and stop at a certain time, and then that same video added to this to another show and have it start and stop at a different time. It's tied to the source, the video itself, which is really cool. All right. What questions do you guys have? I haven't seen any questions pop up. Anybody got any questions as we go on? This might end up being the shortest Free Show Friday ever if there are no questions, you guys. But let me know what's been going on, what questions you might have. And then also reminding you guys that this is the last Friday of the month. So this is the YOLO Box 1-year subscription giveaway. So the live stream giveaway, let me give you guys a link to that. Let me pull that up and I will put that in the chat. I got to find that link. That way you guys can sign up if you want to be a part of it and you have not won already. Okay. If you have not won, you are definitely eligible to go into this. And today is the 28th. And let's see here. It's simple. It's easy. Let me see what we got here. Let me do this. And I'm just making it to where you guys can access it. So we'll say publish. I'm going to shorten it. Copy that out. Responders. Anybody with the link can respond. All right. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to send you guys a post. Let me know if this works. If you guys are interested and you want to be a part of the Free Show Friday YOLO Cast giveaway, you got to sign up there for today. We're going to do the drawing today. So sign up, and I will plan to do that. If we have any questions or any thoughts, we'll do it probably by 12 my time. So in about 25 minutes, 15 minutes, well, 23 minutes or so. All right. But I'll give you guys some time to sign up. Make sure to check that link out. Go to it. Let me know if you got any questions or if you're having problems accessing it, let me know. But jump in there, sign up if you want to get a 1-year free subscription to a YOLOcast live streaming account, which allows you to live stream on your church website using YOLOcast as your streaming provider to send it to any platform you want to. Okay. Really cool program, really cool feature. I love that fact. And you can also put like a donation button at the bottom of your video, and it doesn't have to be on YouTube. It can literally be embedded onto your website directly. All right. So that's really cool. Okay. Let's talk about some more stuff about Free Show. What are some things you all have been running into? Like I said, there haven't been too many questions today. I know in America, there are a lot of people that are recovering from the holiday, or they're in the middle of another holiday where they're doing like a lot of shopping and things like that. Let's see here. Ryan says, our church does not have internet. So if I select a YouTube video, can it be cached for offline use? That's a very good question. As far as I know, that is not an option to date. Okay. So if you select a YouTube video, let me see here. Let's double check. If I go to online and let's say, I'm going to go and make a new project. Actually, I'm going to go to one of my projects I just started. We'll go to this one and let's see. Can I drag this here? All right. So I got the video there. I won't be able to test out without an internet connection though, but you can definitely add it to your slides. Let me see if I can add it to a show. And we'll put this into training test. I'm gonna do empty show, and I'm gonna drag this into here. So no, it does not let you drag that in to a show, okay, or into a yeah. So I got my test YouTube show here. There's no slides. I can create a new slide and come back to the show. And I got this blank slide, but I can't drag it here. I can only drag it as a part of the project. And so, for example, I got that here, and you can see that it's playing there, but I don't think it's cached. Okay. And Christopher, if he's still on, he can let me know and confirm that, but I don't think it does cache. It's still pulling it from the internet. Unfortunately, but that's a great question, Ryan. We got Alan Davis, E3I, says, I'm having problems with templates. The reference data and the verse are reversed. Still new to Free Show. Man, oh man. And learning to spell. No worries, my friend. Well, listen, spelling in this game, in our world, is all spell checked and corrected no matter how it looks. So if I got a question on how to pronounce it, I will definitely ask. But if it makes sense to me, I'm good to go and I'll understand exactly what you're saying because I do it all the time. And so when we talk about templates, all right, let's look at this together. You guys can't even see my screen. All right. So good day, Claude from Canada. What's going on, my friend? What's going on? And so I was testing out stuff and you guys didn't even tell me you couldn't see it. Let me know next time if y'all can see this or not, because that's important. But and I didn't have my OBS screen showing, so I didn't see it myself. So forgive me. But in here, we've got I was testing out the media. So someone asked if you can cache the videos into or from YouTube into it. So I was doing a test show and I was trying to drag the videos into the show. I believe if I can get them into the show, they would possibly cache, but you can't do that. So they're not caching now, but I can drag them over into my project and they're there, but I don't think they're cached. Okay. So I won't be able to do that right away or too easily as far as I know. All right. Yeah. So Christopher's confirming, no, we can't download. Unfortunately, that's against the terms. Makes a lot of sense. All right. So no downloading the YouTube videos for offline usage. So this really will depend on you having access to the internet, which is kind of a bummer if you don't have access to the internet. So I'm sorry about that, my friend, but that's how it works right now. And then let's see here, going back to this template thing, So if you go to your templates and you're finding them reversed, my guess is that you may have customized your own template. Let's see, I'm gonna go to a scripture here and I'm gonna come to back out of here. We'll make something that won't be as active. I'll go back to that show. Let's go here and we'll go here. All right. And so if I go to here, I got my default scripture template active here and I'm in my scriptures tab in the drawer. When I double click a verse, it automatically comes up and everything shows up in order. All right. That's one thing. That's there by default. It works perfectly fine. But if I were to have, let's see here, let's look at that scripture default. Okay. Let's go into scriptures and let's look at it together. And it's this one. This is the default scripture one. If I right click on that and I select edit, what I recommend you do is go into your items option. When you get to this page, to your edit page, go to the items and you'll see the order. So the meta, this particular verse reference option is at the top, and then the text box with the actual verse terminology and the actual words of the verse is at the bottom. It's layer 2. Okay. This, from my experience, does play a part in it. Another thing that will help if you're making your own custom templates is to use this same terminology from the default template. So when you're making your text box for your reference, make sure it's called meta. And then when you're making your text box for the actual words of the scripture, make sure it is labeled or filled in with a number 1. Okay, that helps. But the layering is important too. So keep that in mind and go in there and check to see what order you have that template that's giving you the errors. My guess is that these are transposed. Okay. And all you do is just hit the arrow up and it'll automatically correct it. Now there's a feature or an option in here and I have not been using it for a while. Let's see here. I believe it used to be, it may not be here anymore, but let's see. Reference version, verse numbers. So there's this option at the bottom. If you go to show version, it'll probably show up if you do show reference as well. You got this option that says invert items. You can do that the downside of that to me is when you do that, it flips it and it'll fix it for you, but it'll do the same thing across the board for any template that you use. So you want to be mindful of that. Okay. Be very mindful of that. Let's see here. Miss Smith 4241 says, is there a way to import a CCLI video with lyrics into FreeShow? We have the license and the subscription, but can't put it into or in the show. That's a good question, Miss Smith. I've never used CCLI videos, so we'll have to figure that out together. CCLI videos. I don't have a license, so it probably won't work. Let's see here. All right, so I'm guessing it's like a CVLI video license or something like that. This is what I got. Oh, I went all the way too far. So when I type in CCLI video search, this is what I see. Let's see here. I see a few of you signed up. That's good. That's good. Keep signing up if you want to be a part of the YOLOcast giveaway. Make sure to check it out in that link that I posted. I don't know what time it was that I posted it, but it's a Google Doc link. We got Eddie here saying congrats on your 200th video. So excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's my sweetheart of a wife. She has graciously come in and joined us for today, which is fun. But going into this video import thing, the question I have is when you get CCLI videos, do they allow you to download the video? So it's a CVLI church video license, show movies. That's showing movies. I don't think that's it. Showing videos in church, lyric videos. That's my guess. Let's see. All right. So try them now. If I go here, it gives you that for use solely with the song select terms. Okay. Let's see. I'm glad that worked, Alan Davis, that it was just you had it inverted. So it's perfect. Perfect. But here, let's see here. So try full screen mode. So this is a sample of it. And I'm not turning on the volume because I don't want it to cause a problem, but it says click on the customization buttons in the frame of the video below to see how easy it is to make changes. Now this is pretty cool. And basically what they've got here is they got the authors, the song, CCLI song, and so forth. But my question is, does it let you download that or does it just play from here? Let's see here. Congregation friendly keys, customize font, change background, create and save set list, let's see. It's $200 until December. Okay, let's see. How do we access song select videos? Do we need a license to use them? Can I use song select without internet connection? Here we go. Just like YouTube, a reliable internet connection is required. So with that being said, so is there a way to import a CCLI video with lyrics into FreeShow? Not exactly, but here's the cool piece. This is another advanced level type thing. I didn't talk about this, but we got to understand this. So I'm going to go to here. I'm gonna go to media. This is a way that you could possibly get this in. I would go to actually a show. Let me go to my shows. I'm gonna do test YouTube, and I got this verse here or this page. I'm gonna go to edit this page, and I'm going to add a website. Boom. Now it asks you for the URL of the website. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get this URL. Copy that out and paste it in. Let's see what happens here. All right. And so it automatically takes you there. This is the crazy cool part. All right. So I've got that on. Let's see if I go to show and I select this, what your audience is going to see is that. And then I think, look, I got to think about this. Okay. Yeah, I'll see it here. Okay. So no, I won't see it there. Let me see what I can do to make this show up a little bit better for you guys to see it. All right. So let me go into here. I'm going to add in the FreeShow primary. All right. So you guys can see that there. I'm gonna make it fairly small, just to give you an idea what your audience will see. And I'm gonna turn off the overlays. We don't need that. All right. So this is the show. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back over here into this. I'm gonna edit this page and I'm gonna make it fill out the screen. All right. So there's no actual border there. And go back to refresh. And now it's full size. That's there. And what I was gonna see was in here. Where's it at? Where's it at? Okay. It's not scrolling like I thought it would. Let me see. Let me go back into the show edit. Oh, it's set to, so navigation is not disabled. Oh, I forgot. So I have to actually show it. So let me do something different. Hold on. I'm running short on screen. So let me do something here. And I'm gonna turn this screen on. All right, let's see if we can make this work. And I'm going to output this. I'm gonna go to edit. This is a roundabout way. I'm trying to answer the question about showing a video that's only web-based, okay? And let's see, and I think, let's see, I'm making sure to import CCL videos with lyrics. Okay, yes, so we're importing them. You gotta have an internet connection based on CCLI's, that's their rules right there. All right, so I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna select that particular screen. And so now I've got that screen on behind me over here. All right, you guys can see that. And I can go over to that screen. Look, if I get over to it, and I can interact with this page. And I can interact with the page now and scroll through it. And I'm doing that from FreeShow, which you guys are seeing down in the corner over there. That is FreeShow. And I can navigate. So you can play it and I can make this go into full screen mode right there. And now I'm playing my video from CCLI, or I could be playing it, I should say. I don't want it to be audio, so I can turn the audio down and I can press play there. And you can do that. And that might be the way that you would play it. Okay. And you can import your CCLI song that way. And I'm guessing it won't show the song select option down there because it's in full screen mode. But that would be my thought. Sorry if you guys couldn't hear me that good, but I'm looking at it to make sure. But that would be a way you can do that. And this is literally running through FreeShow. So I'm literally playing all that through FreeShow, and my audience is seeing what you guys see across the way over there. Okay, that is literally what's going on the output. What is seen here in FreeShow for me on the preview is just this. Okay, I'm just seeing this, but the audience is literally seeing a full screen play out. Okay, and you're controlling that by literally moving your mouse over to that screen. So my mouse is over there and I can pause it and your audience can't even see your mouse moving over there, which is kind of crazy cool. And I can, let me see if I can make it go back to, I'm gonna see if I can make it go back to not be full screen. Oh, right there. So I can hit that X and the audience cannot see my mouse on the screen, but my mouse is there. I can pick a different song. You can see it there. Pick that song. You can see it there. And that is the way that I would say you do it. So you would go into making a show, make a slide on the show. Let me come back over so I can see myself. All right. So you can make a slide on your show and then edit that slide and add a website. So this is over here in the settings and the items. You'll go website and paste in the website, and then you can interact with that website. Okay. Really, really cool feature, completely underrated by myself. You may or may not have known about that, but that's one that I really love. I really love that. Let's see here. That gives me ideas of what I can play with, says Miss Smith. Absolutely. I'm glad. I'm glad. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go back up. SBU Media. I think that's my man, my friend Sabusi Sue. Sabusi Sue. Yes, says, last time I was unable to schedule a show for more than 1 month. Running every Sunday, was that fixed? Schedule a show for more than 1 month out. So when you get here, let's see here. That says today. That's November. when you get in here, so you can see the month, but you can I just scroll down and I can see the next month. You'll see it switch to December. I scroll down again and it goes to January. Now there's not any navigation that I can see that's easily. Oh, wait, does that do it? Yeah. So you can just hit this little navigation arrow here too. And that'll take you through and it shows you which week of the year you're on and everything. Okay. Which is really cool. So that would be the way you navigate. And you should be able to schedule out as much as you need to. Okay. And I say schedule out in terms of you're going to the calendar and you're selecting it. And then let's see if no, you don't right click on it. You just say new scheduled. Oh, I'm in scheduled actions. Let me go to the events. So you would just go to new event and it's the same navigation though, right? So you would arrow to the right and to the left and you guys can't see that. Hold on. Let me mute that. All right. So you would arrow to the right or to the left down here and it would take you back and forth through your actual calendar. Okay. And it shows you the week that you're in on the left side. So this is week 5 of the year because it's the first week of February. I can go back and I can see week 1 of the year, the first week of January. So SBU Media, let me know what you were running into when you talk about not able to actually schedule something more than a month out. And that's based on this. I'm going to go out to March and I can say new event and it just lets you put it in there. And it puts the date in there automatically based on where I was at, but I can change that by just clicking in here as well. You can just change that to be March. You can change it to be whatever date you want to, my friend. But I'm curious what was going on. I'm very curious now. All right. So you can put in a location, you can put notes in there, all that good stuff. I'm going to close it out. I'm not trying to actually create anything. I've actually got my stuff set up as a scheduled action. And so my scheduled action is to start a show. I just got it to set to start a show. This would be what I would recommend most ministries do, especially if you have a static intro countdown that you run every week. I would just set a schedule to start a show at a certain time. And that way it'll automatically start up at that time without you having to think about it, without your media team, your volunteers, or anybody else having to think about it. That is a really cool feature in the calendar, which is underrated as well. I'll have to make another video about that soon. That's more of an intermediate level setup, but that's some stuff that we got to make sure we're aware of and understand how to use in this program because it's available for us. Very much so. Great questions so far. I think I got all those answered. Alan Davis got his invert option switch back, and Miss Smith got some ideas on ways that she can or they can use the website from CCLI to play through FreeShow. And all we did was we made a slide, added the website there, and when you get to that page, or that slide, I should say, in the show, you'll be able to control it, and the people on the audience won't be able to see the setup. They won't see your mouse moving, I should say. They'll see the website, but they won't see the mouse moving and things like that, which is good. You'll be able to see your mouse move, I believe. Well, no, they're going to see the mouse because I can see my mouse. That's not true. That's not true, you guys. I don't think. Look, let me go down. Yeah, no, I can see my mouse move. That's going to be shown. I was looking at it from the from OBS and it wasn't showing the mouse, but I don't know why. I'm not going to act like I understand why not. But I'm guessing they'll be able to see your mouse because I'm looking at the output here. This is my actual output behind me, and I was able to see my mouse. So that's not true, but you will be able to manage and play your stuff and play your videos that you've got. And those CCLI videos you actually pay for. So that's really cool that you can do that. Now, the cool thing to me to consider is that you're playing those videos. I guess you're doing it, maybe you're streaming, right? If you're live streaming, I think that's important. But if you're not, if you're just playing it in-house, you can just set all that up and play it in-house and you don't have to have the CCLI as far as I know, but I could be wrong. So don't take my word for that kind of stuff. I know that you can look up copyright requirements and things like that for anything, even showing scriptures and things like that. I've been doing a lot of research on those facets as well, and knowing that you can show scriptures during your service without a problem projecting it and things like that, which is good. So what other questions do you guys have for me? What other questions? It's almost time for the drawings. Let me see how many people we got set up that have signed up for the drawing. Still only 3, so that's not bad. That's fine with me. Like I said, it's totally up to you guys. Oh, we got 4. I got 4 so far, so that's good. We got one more person that signed up. I love it. I love it. And so the way this is going to work, I'm going to use FreeShow to do a random number out of how many people signed up, and I'll do a random number first one to get out the way, almost like a toss out, and then we're going to do a new number. So the second number I draw is going to be the real final number. Okay, that way it's not any question of if the random number is working. Okay, let's see here. That's looking good. Looking good. We got some cool names in there. I love you guys signing up. This is for a free year of live streaming for multi-stream. So you can stream to multiple different platforms at the same time from your internet connection at your ministry or wherever you're at. And you can even send it to your website seamlessly with YOLOcast, which is a really cool feature. All right. Somebody says how to disable mouse pointer on the output. That may be an option in the settings, but I don't know that that is the case. Let me see here. How to disable the mouse pointer. Here we go. Hide cursor in output. Actually, it is on, so it will hide it. So yeah, that's interesting. Hide the cursor in output. Maybe that's not the same thing. And now it's gone. I had an option to hide the cursor. Now I don't see it at all. I don't know what I did to show it and disable it. That's weird, you guys. I don't know. Very interesting. So activate output screen on startup. I've got that off, but I can turn that on if I wanted to. But my hide mouse cursor option is gone. Let me go back here. And that was under general. That is crazy. I'm not sure why that did that. But I did see that. It was there for a second. But that would be the way I would think. Activate output screen on startup. That's one thing that you can activate, especially if you got the same setup. It's your computer's locked in and locked down. It's going to be the same every week. I would activate the output on startup. For me, I don't do that because a lot of what I do is live stream. And so I don't necessarily always have an output connected. I usually do NDI for my outputs unless I'm doing some testing or something like that. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened to that option, but there was an output option here to hide the cursor. Somebody let me know if they can see that on there. Let me see. Manage icons, colors, dynamic values. That is interesting. Other. Not there. Let's see. Wouldn't be there. Profile. No. Files. Nope. Nope. Let's see here. Background, active layers. Nothing there. And then outputs. We got the output selector down here, but I don't see anything else that would do that. Let me see this. It's always on top, and this one's always on top. That's interesting. Except in the general. And I don't know what I did to make that go away. Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know that there's a way to do that, to be honest with you. Unless that was it and I just disabled it somehow without even knowing how to re-enable it. And I don't see a refresh. I see that here to reset, but I don't see it anywhere else. I wish I could help you with that one, Aaron Z. Paul. There might be a third-party plugin you can do to make it not show up on a certain screen. I'll be weary of it because then that's just hard. I don't know. That would be hard though. That would be really hard. But yeah. What other thoughts or questions you guys have before we do our drawing here? Let me get this ready and queued up. All right, here we go. Our final number of people that have signed up is at 4. All right, and I've got the responses, and it's going to be in the order of that you responded. Right, so number 1 is going to be the first person. Number 2 is going to be the next person, and so forth and so on. That's the order that I'm looking at them in, and we will go from there. Let me go ahead and get it. I've got 4 folks, so I need to make a random number with 4 options. So I go to my functions, and you can use this anytime, but I got an option here called variables, and I've made my YOLOcast picker. So I'm gonna go to right click on this to edit it. All right. And so the maximum is 4. All right. It's already there from last time. So that's how much it was then. And the name is from September. Don't worry about that. That's just the way that's what I named it, but I've got it set up, and this is my history of all the ones that have been picked. There was one point we had more than, obviously, I guess 9 people or whatnot. So I'm going to keep this here. The minimum and maximum is there. And then we got some other options. Each number only once is off because each week for me or each month is a new month. So I don't care about it duplicating. All right. And I do want it to animate, and then we'll close that out. All right. So now I'm going to select this. This is a throwaway number. So do not be confused. I'm doing a throwaway number first. Boom. All right. So our live stream giveaway for YOLOcast. The winner will be, after I do this, we're about to draw the name now. The winner will be person that responded as number 3. Hey, number 3 was locked in and loaded. So it worked 3. And that person is Alan Davis. Congratulations, Alan Davis. You are the winner of the YOLOcast 1-year subscription giveaway for the exclusive plan for you and your ministry, for you to use it however you see fit. But I want to congratulate you. Let me see. Do I got my fireworks? Do I got my fireworks? Boom. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. And let me turn on my I got to turn it on first. So let me see. Let's do NDI source. Actually, I got this one here. We'll do it this way. No, we won't do it that way. We'll do it this way. NDI source. I'm gonna turn it on so you guys can celebrate with me. And actually, I got it here too. So I got it there. And let's right click and make sure it's gonna show up. And style, overlays, boom. Cue the fireworks, and boom. Congrats to Mr. Alan Davis, the winner of the YOLOcast giveaway. You are the winner, my friend. And yeah, I'm gonna say, I'll make sure you guys can see me. But yes, congratulations. I will send you an email based on the email that you submitted, and we will go from there with this next steps. All right. Because basically what you're gonna have to do is you're going to create a YOLOcast account, and then I'm going to send that over to the YOLOcast team, and they're going to activate your subscription. All right. So congratulations, Alan. I'll send you the details of what you need to do. You have 7 days to do it. If you do not reply to my email within 7 days, by the time we get back to Free Show Friday, I will choose another winner next week. Okay. So make sure you respond to the email. It'll be coming from Gary@GaryBJr.com. So make sure to save that or put it in your contacts or something like that. All right. But congratulations, my friend. Congratulations indeed. Are there any other questions that I can answer for you guys? Let's see here. Sorry, I couldn't figure out the disable the mouse option. That was a great question though. But with that being said, you guys have a great weekend, a great service. If you're going to have service this weekend, praying the best for you all. We have a lot to be grateful for, that we can use great technology like this. We can thank God for that kind of stuff. But more importantly, I'm just grateful to be here. I'm grateful that God has given us lungs to breathe and ability to communicate and connect in the way that we do. There's so many people in the world that don't have that, that can't do that. And so it's our job, our responsibility, our opportunity to go out and be able to connect with them in ways and share the truth of the gospel with them and share scriptures and all those kind of things that help them understand who God is in a way that is intimate for them. So please make the most of these opportunities. Make sure to check out the upcoming December 16th meeting for the, let me see here. Let me make sure I'm gonna pop this up over the top so you guys can see it. And I think I set a tag for it. Here we go. So for impact, here we go. Boom. And it's not showing up. Let me refresh. Interesting. Why is it not showing up? It's showing that, but I want to show this image to you guys. So let me clear this out. Boom. There we go. All right. So don't forget to sign up to the impact, right? The 2025 impact report. I'm going to put that link in as well, so you guys can go to church apps and check it out. And actually, I believe it's churchapps.org/impact. All right, boom. And you can sign up to be a part of that meeting in terms of just joining in and catching up and seeing what's going on. All right. And this is everything related to church apps, including FreeShow, which I love, along with lessons.church and Be1 Church. And so they've got all these cool features and fun ways to integrate software, to integrate the hardware of excellence into ministries. And all they're saying is, hey, jump in and be a part of it. I got to show you guys this. This is hilarious. I'm going to share. We'll do full screen here. All right. So if you guys look here, you're going to see some familiar faces. So when you click that link that I put in the chat, you're going to see the Impact Report 2025. You're going to see reserve my spot. All you got to do is put your information in there to register. There's no cost to it to you. But then you go and you'll see the time frame in terms of the countdown. And then you'll see some fellas here. This guy may look familiar to you. This is our man, Christopher, the developer of the program. He's like half my age is my guess. But he is such a cool guy. So he's been on and jumping in as much as he can, all the way from another part of the world. But we've got to connect a couple months back at a conference here in America, in North Carolina, I believe it was. And so when you go there, you'll be able to see some of those images, which is fun. And then this is be a part of the story. Join us in giving thanks for what God is doing through church apps and register now. So please make sure to do that if you have not already. This is going to be a fun time to connect. It's only 30 minutes long, so it's a short part of the day, but it is really impactful, right? They're going to show everything that they've done, and there's millions of people that have been impacted by what's been going on, and that's just like you guys are in terms of connecting with church apps in so many different ways. So I can't speak highly enough about them and their team. I've worked with a number of them, and every time I've worked with them, it's been a pleasant experience, and just serving with them and coming alongside and playing this part in the community, just helping out, sharing about what they do, and promoting and helping people understand how to use FreeShow as a trainer. Hey, there's a Enter Here Publishing. That's my wife jumping in saying hey to Christopher. We got to have a good couple of meals with him and hang out, have some good conversations, watch some movies together. So we really had a great time with him. So if that's all we've got today, you guys have a great rest of the day and be blessed. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it helped you in a major way. Now, at this point, most people would ask you to like and subscribe, and I think that's great, but my goal is a little bit different. My goal is to empower as many people as possible all over the globe. And there's one way that you can really help me do that, and that is to leave a comment below with a question, a thought, how this video may have helped you, or things that were left out that you still have questions about, and to share this video with someone just like you, someone who is looking for answers, someone who's curious and wants to grow. With your help, I believe we can build a community of people that want to grow together. So until next time, God bless.